Hello everyone. Today is Sunday, April 14th, 2024 at 11:45 a.m. in the morning. Um so tomorrow I'm scheduled to have to check out of this hotel and then be back on the streets. So um I had a rough night last night, an internal and personal issue. Not really a gang stalking issue, but probably could have been, but um, but I suffered last night. Um, so remember I told y'all, well, you know what? Like last night, it may not have been forced urination. It probably was my body detoxing. But at least the menstrual cramps, you know, subsided. So, um, but like when I, but excuse me. So it could have been the case that they were forced urinating me, but but like I had to use the. I'm sorry for TMI, but I had to use the bathroom. And my bowel movements were like kind of solid. You know. Excuse me. And I had already ate dinner and took the supplement, and then I went to take my shower, and the water is still sitting there in the tub, and I told the housekeeper about it this morning, and she took a picture of it with her phone. Um, so that family, the housekeeping family, I saw the underage granddaughter. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, and she was wearing a red shirt. And I don't know if they got her to perp, but she been acting like unusual lately, and like she thought it was funny to run up on me when I came from trying to get breakfast and there was none. She was like, it looked like nobody was behind me, and I was walking up the stairs, and she was wearing a red shirt, and I'm not saying she was perping with the red or perping me or whatever, but or me trying to cut her some slack because she's a child. But she ran up the stairs and she was like right up on me, and then I turned around and she laughed and thought it was funny. But like the first few times I met her, she was nice and respectful and everything and quiet and humble. But then, like certain things I needed help with, she would get an attitude or whatever. But like one time I was trying to ask about the when they had the flooding in the bathroom in one of the other hotel rooms, and I could not understand what she was saying, and I had to keep asking her to repeat herself, and ever since then, she hasn't been the same towards me. But anyway, though, but she's like the granddaughter or something like that, and um, I never see her. Well, it ain't my business, but like during the weekdays, I never really see her in school or anything like that. She might be homeschooled or something. But her and the grandfather and the mother or grandmother or something, um, like, I don't know if they're taking a vacation, or if they or if they retired or quit. I haven't really been seeing them, and I've been seeing like these Hispanic ladies do the housekeeping. But so, but when they do the housekeeping, they have this chemical or something that they use that will take the it will unclog the tub right away. You know, but other people have made complaints too that it's just this hotel for me, because when I go to other hotels, um I don't have to deal with, the tub gets stopped up every time I take a shower. And then it was making it worse. Like, the water is not even hot. You know, it's like the most that will come out is water that's above lukewarm, a little bit above lukewarm. But it's warm water. It's not even hot, you know. And a lot of people made complaints about the water not being hot enough, or they make complaints about the water not being hot enough, or the tub, you know the tub getting stopped up. But the previous hotel that I was at, I last week, I like, when I ran the faucet water, the sink, it was really, really hot. Like, even the coldest of setting of water was just hot. But then when I would try to take a shower, the water would be so lukewarm. Cooler, like this water here is a little bit warmer, but the water would be so lukewarm that, it would be doggone senseless. But I never really had a problem with the drain being slow or anything like that. And I've gone to other hotels and motels, and I don't have to worry about drains getting stopped up or slowing up. And I'm questioning whether or not it's the soap that's the problem. Maybe not, but I don't know. But other people have had this complaints too. But are they not gonna do anything about it? The fact that every time somebody take a shower, um, the drain gets slowed or stopped up or whatever, you know, and like, I try to question, is it my hair? What is it? Like, what is it, that it would get stopped up? But I don't know. But other people have the same complaints. When I wash my hair, taking a shower and stuff, But so I can't take a shower until the tub gets drained, But I've had moments where if, like, I forgot, maybe I did learn about it online, and others. Even when I was in Bloomington, it helped for me to, if people say, if you use like blue, the classic blue colored Dawn dishwashing liquid, it would unclog toilets and the bathtub or whatever, A lot, not always, but a lot of the times it works, and you don't even need Drano or anything like that, But yeah, like last night I was frustrated enough that made me feel like, you know, I started to get frustrated and feel like this makes me not want to stay here anymore, you know. But yeah, I've noticed other people had complaints too. Um, but I don't even know if it made a difference if they allowed the water temperature to be hot enough if the bathtub would drain better, you know. Um, so, but, like I've said before, that when you be at cheap motels, you get better water pressure and nice hot water, um, than when you're at these hotels and stuff. But aside from out in the east in New Orleans on Chef Mentor, um, I didn't realize there was hotels and motels up and down that street. But I have vowed to never stay at any of those. Like once I stayed at a motel, and recently I stayed at a hotel. Over there, and people, just like people told me to stay away from Bourbon Street in the French Quarter, they advised me to stay away from stay off Chef Mentor Highway because of the heavy crime, drugs, prostitution, and murder, shootings, and whatever else. So they got like I didn't even realize that they had hotels and more like motels, up and down that street. But I was told to stay away from there, But um, so um, but I mean, like, um, so what happened last night? I you know, when like I had difficulty controlling my bladder, you know, a lot of times, with the gang stalking, forced urination and forced diarrhea and stuff like that, and you know, and I think that's what they did to me last night, forced urination and forced diarrhea, so um I had the food last night, like the red beans and rice, leftover red beans and rice for dinner, and then I sorry for TMI, but I'm menstruating, and when I had to suddenly use the bathroom, and like my underclothes got kind of messed up, so and so I had to use do number one and number two, and the first time it was solid, and I had difficulty getting it out, kind of, like almost borderline constipation, kind of like, but then I sprayed and sanitized the floor and the toilet and stuff, and I was wondering, did I get like toxic fumes or whatever, but I had the air conditioner on the coldest setting. Excuse me. And then I took my shower, and I think I did do a video after taking my shower, you know excuse me, and after doing the video after taking my shower, I think I'll try to go to bed at like 12:30 or 12:45 this morning, but I aimed to try to go to bed earlier than that. And then my throat felt like a little bit irritable, you know. Um, felt a little bit irritated, and I made sure to be like very well hydrated yesterday, especially with me detoxing with the bentonite clay and my green supplement. And so then, excuse me, I tried to, go to bed and try to go to sleep. And, like, I know I haven't had enough sleep like the previous night and felt kind of the sleep deprived feeling just about all day yesterday, and haven't had like adequate sleep throughout the week, but I had some sleep. And so then I felt heavy pressure on my heart, like, and it felt like my heart was slowed. It felt like I was breathing, like forced to breathe hard, and kind of felt like I had difficulty breathing, and it felt like I had difficulty breathing, and and then like heavy pressure on my heart, and had heavy pressure on my heart and difficulty breathing, and and then my body felt like it was shaking, but I didn't feel cold because I, turned the air up, so I wouldn't be freezing cold, and then I, like I was shivering like as if I was freezing cold, but I was not even cold, and then like I was breathing deep and hard, and felt heavy pressure on my heart, like as if it was lack of oxygen to my heart, from days of sleep, being sleep deprived or whatever. And then as I was trying to go to sleep, I kept on having these fears that I would die in my sleep. I had fears that I would die in my sleep. And then it was about 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning, and people right across the street were partying, I guess at the bar club or whatever that is across the street. And I stood outside, like, excuse me, I tried to put myself towards the middle of the bed because I had fear, like, and my body felt weak, and I was afraid I was gonna roll out or lose control or fall out of the bed or something. And then so I try to prop up, 2 pillows, and I tried to that helped me feel a little bit better, and then I and then I try to lay towards the middle of the bed, feeling afraid that I might fall off or roll off the bed and lose control or whatever. And then, like around 2 o'clock or 2:30, I went to step outside and try to get some fresh air, and then came back inside, and I called the poison control center, and the lady assured me that I'm okay and nothing's wrong. So she said I'll be all right. I called just to stay on the safe side. But but then But I think it was before I called the poison controls, and I don't remember if it was before or after I called. And I had like I had to fart a whole lot, and then everything started to get uncontrollable. And then I excuse me, ended up having like a loose stools that made me feel like, oh, did the gang stalking network, did they force diarrhea me or whatever, excuse me, did they cause me to force diarrhea? But like a lot, like that second time, like in the middle of the night, like a lot of like the first time it was solid due to that seemed kind of like constipation or whatever, and kind of a struggle to get out. And then the second time, um it seemed like it was as if it was made me afraid that I was suffering diarrhea, and a lot of it came out, and it might have been just detoxing, but I was like, you know, I was wondering if excuse me, I was wondering if all the I was wondering if all that salt in the red beans um has something to do with me feeling the way I felt last night. I don't know. But I try to make my drink a lot of water. Excuse me. I try to figure out what's causing me to feel this way. But I didn't, like, other than the gas and diarrhea or whatever. You know, I don't think I had food poisoning. But the poison control lady, she said it sounded like as if I am coming down with some kind of sickness or something. But me sanitizing, she said that it was totally unrelated. That I'm totally all right with that. So you know, but so I don't even know if I'm sick with something else. But I didn't even go down to breakfast at all today, and I woke up. It was 8:41, and I was afraid that that man would be down there. The Hispanic guy. I was afraid he would be down there. Excuse me, be down there. It was 8:41, and it was almost time for breakfast to close anyway. And I didn't feel like arguing, fussing, or fighting with him or getting mad at him or whatever. So I just didn't even bother. And it was 8:41. I was still tired, still sleepy, and I think I finally went to sleep after 3 o'clock this morning. I guess when after the lady reassured me that I was gonna be all right, and I started to wonder, well, was this just a panic attack after all? I mean, but I don't think so. I have been feeling physical symptoms, and well, the online perps fraudulently and illegally already know where I'm at. But there's like a 2-lane lakeside hospital that's nearby. I guess Metarie's version of 2-lane. I never been to that hospital, but it seemed like it's very, very close. But I was trying to not have to go to the emergency room. And so then I after like 8:41 this morning, I went back to sleep, and then the housekeeper woke me up at about what was almost 10:30 or so. She woke me up and asked me if I needed services, and I told y'all about how I showed her the bathtub and everything. So I don't know if or when they will come up and fix the bathtub being stopped up. But I didn't even, like, the breakfast I wanted to eat this morning, like, I, the breakfast that I wanted to eat this morning, you know, was too late now, because it's now 12:11 and they stopped, um, it's 12:11 and they stopped serving the breakfast, but like, I woke up this morning with like a horrible headache, and it feels a tiny bit better, but like, my head, it still hurts really bad. Excuse me. Made me feel like as if I have the worst headache, you know, and it hurts bad enough that the pain is like all across here, and to the point where it hurts a little bit even to touch, you know, and then it hurts even the top of my head, like hurts kind of to touch a little bit, and all the way to the top back of my head, like my head like just hurts really bad, not bad enough that it hurts all the way to the back of my head. But I've had worse headaches where it hurt, have a headache so bad that you end up crying, So, excuse me, I don't know if the sleep deprivation is causing me to feel like this, or if they're hitting me with directed energy weapons, or if I'm being poisoned. You know how you hear about targeted individuals talk about the gang stalkers, pumping gas into your house, or pumping chemicals into your house, or your hotel room, or your apartment, or even your car, or whatever, So, I don't even know if I eat something, if that will help me feel better. If I eat and drink something, if that will help me feel better. But excuse me, I'm feeling like feeling too bad to even get up, and feeling too bad to even get up and you know go walk nearby and physically, go and get me something to eat. I'm just not feeling good at all. Or if I should just try to sleep some more, and but like right now I don't feel like I need to go to the hospital. I'm I don't even know if I should just go and eat something and drink some water, or if I should just rest and sleep some more, or what to do, but like having a headache so bad that your head hurts front and back and all over, you know. Excuse me. But yeah, the idea, like my heart felt slowed last night, the same way like if I would take certain psychiatric medications and my heart would feel slowed, and make me feel like I'm about to die. That's how I felt. Excuse me, that with diarrhea and a doggone headache. And I was shaking, but I wasn't even cold. But, I didn't feel any aches in my tummy. And, I don't think I got food poisoning really. I don't think I did. But because I was afraid, of getting food poisoning from the red beans and rice or whatever. But I think I'm all right. Because I've done that before. My like buy some food or even cook it myself and then put it in the refrigerator and then microwave it and then can't eat it all. So then put it back in the refrigerator and then microwave it again and then eat it and then turned out fine. But I don't know what's going on with me, but my suffering would have been worse if with me if I had to be on the streets and feeling like this, and then on top of that having like crippling and debilitating menstrual cramps, you know. So, excuse me. But like I've been having like for the past few days having like too much, like I've been having like a lot of pork the past few days, and and like one day I had seafood. I think it was Thursday I had seafood. Excuse me, but like I and like I, I don't remember if I came here Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I don't remember if I came here Tuesday or Wednesday, and then like that night I mean that evening I had like hardly any money at all, like $6.31 or something like that I had, and I had those chicken and cheese roll up thingies from the convenience store. Um excuse me, and I had the Doritos, that day. But yeah, it's about time I have some chicken or beef or something like that. Like I've been wanting like some spaghetti and meat sauce or spaghetti and meatballs or something, or even some lasagna. But I had pizza, like I had like from Domino's, I had the it was the Italian sausage and spinach, and I tried for the first time the it was like garlic parmesan spread rather than the regular tomato sauce. But most of the time I like to get the most of the time I like to get the barbecue sauce on my pizza. But I wanted to try something different and call myself trying to be a little healthier, with the spinach and so but and probably do need more sleep or more rest, and like I have a headache so bad that and they have somebody on TikTok, well, multiple people have been trying to ask me, like, even when I had just came back to New Orleans, and people were trying to tell me you need to relocate somewhere else. I'm like, relocate where? I just got here, you know. I'm tired, and as I say, I'm tired of people dishing out advice, telling me what to do. I know what works in my situation, and I know what my suffering, I know my struggle, and I know what the gang stalkers are trying to do to me, you know. So, um, with my targeting, I've tried bouncing around, and people are like, well, you need to learn how to build roots, and you need to stop moving around somewhere, or they'll be like, you need to stop moving around from place to place because it makes you look like a wanted fugitive. It was a new age narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that told me that. You know, it was at least two fake TI perps that told me stop bouncing around or stop moving around so much. You know, it makes you look like a wanted fugitive. Or people say, well, don't let the gang stalkers keep you running because that's what they want. Or they'll say, oh, you can't keep running. Or they have problems everywhere you go. It makes no sense to keep running. Or you need to stop running, or you can't keep running. Or every time you got a problem, you want to run. Well, the gang stalkers force you to be on the doggone run. Even the online trafficking stalkers have made threats to we trying to say we're gonna run you out of New Orleans, or we're gonna run you out of Louisiana. But now, but they have some people like, oh, can't you move to a different city and state? No, because if I go there, I will still be homeless. And I'm not going on the West Coast, and I'm not going up north. Can't go back to Florida. But then when I was in Florida, everybody's saying stay out of Florida. Now that I'm out of Florida, everybody's saying go back to Florida. But I wanted to, be feeling homesick. I wanted to, even though my family do not accept me, I wanted to be back in my hometown, New Orleans, because of feeling homesick. But, the homelessness and the gang stalking experiences, they're trying to force me to hate it here. I love it here naturally. Just like Pensacola, I love it naturally. But they're trying to force me to hate. They're trying to force me to hate it. Like, I love Los Angeles, but and there was a point in time that I was considering that to be like a second home for me. But then, I ended up, because of the people, I ended up being forced to hate it. I don't like Milwaukee. I don't like Texas. But who is internet strangers who think they got the authority to force me to move away from my hometown? All because of under the condition that I've recently been living out of state. But who are you to think you got the fake authority to tell me to move out of my hometown? I was born and raised here. I'm from here. And they even have people here that, trying to make me feel like as if I'm super unwelcome here in New Orleans. Even my own family, telling me don't come back down here. Drunk Lady Yvonne, when she told me in 2015, don't come back down here, and if you do, you go stay in a hotel. I never even did you anything. But, excuse me, but I've been hearing for years that Yvonne, I don't even know if she's self-hating. that she treats, if you're not light skinned, then she treats you with a certain prejudice. But she's not even freaking light skinned, you know. But she must have performed a freaking witchcraft spell to make all her kids come out light, to get what the fuck she wanted, you know. Excuse me. Um and then there's, you know, the skin color prejudice and the skin color issue in the family, you know. Even if I wasn't targeted, you know, family members, if they're abusive and narcissistic and treat you a certain way because they figure that you're slow, you're retarded, I don't like you, and I don't want to be bothered with you. You know. And then if I had to live with any family members, they would be either perping the fuck out of me really bad, or I would have to end up being subjected to abuse. You know, to the point, I mean, and I'm independent and capable of taking care of myself. The only setback is in my predicament that's punishing me with homelessness is the only issue is just lack of finances. And they keep gang stalking and workplace mobbing me off of jobs and gang stalking me out of apartments and houses in whatever neighborhood I'm in. And you know, it's like I can't even have neighbors, or I can't have live somewhere where I gotta have long-term neighbors. You know, the longer you stay somewhere, it seems like that's the more time that they have to perk you. You know, but I guess if, like with the apartment, you know, they knew I was coming. And then for me to travel all the way from Bloomington, Texas to Pensacola, Florida, you know, they were prepared. And it's like, they didn't want to look outright discriminatory by just, you know, I guess they felt like it was that they had to, you know, allow me to have an apartment or have that place to live, you know. But it's like, for me to defend myself against the gang stalking and the harassment tactics, you threaten to evict me and lie and say that I broke all the rules. Okay, but I was forced to have to smell the neighbor's weed that burned my nose and throat every single day. And hearing loud music. Well, they had a few days off and on where I could, you know, be at peace. But most days, you know, to deal with bass so loud music, bass so loud that it's torturous, you know, it's assault. You know, and you know, excuse me. So I can't even have long-term neighbors. So it's like I can't even, due to the gang stalking, you know, I can't even have permanent housing again. I mean, to wait 4 years to be on a housing list, just to only be able to stay there for 1 month and then fighting for your life because they're trying to kill you. And I didn't know it was the projects until after I didn't know it was the projects until after I you know, excuse me. I didn't know it was the projects until after I had booked the Greyhound bus ticket. You know, and I was just anxious and couldn't wait to get out of Bloomington, for multiple reasons. They were trying to kill me in Bloomington. Um, and there's something about the state of Texas that that just make my depression way worse whenever I live in Texas. You know, so, but I yeah, like when I was in Bloomington, I felt the same kind of depression that I felt when I was living in Denton, Texas. You know, and there were hardly any black people there, really. In Bloomington, and it was a very tiny little town, and you know, felt like I was on house arrest living in Bloomington. Um, you know, it felt like I was on house arrest because of the heat forcing everybody to stay inside all day. And I would be depressed during the day, even, you know. And, with, they nearly killed me with the directed energy weapons as undeserved punishment for writing and publishing more ebooks. That they got mad at that. And I tried to accomplish goals and tried to progress. I tried to make progress, and that the gang stalkers weren't having it. So they traumatized and attacked me with the Social Security situation. They traumatized and attacked me with bad vertigo. Every time I tried to take a shower, they were trying to kill me and burst my organs. Last night when I took a shower, I had no issue with them trying to squeeze my organs. And they did noise campaigns and noise harassment all day, every day. The gang stalking was so heavy, like everybody was an abusive, narcissistic, fake, satanic perp, except for me. Every single last neighbor was a perp. And they had this one lady that was living in the cabins, but she lived like a few blocks away. And she would follow me everywhere. Follow me to the grocery store, follow me to the library in Victoria, take the transportation the same time I do. And it was very creepy, And and the gang stalking harassment was really bad, and the daily online threats and bullying from the online stalkers, and them taunting and terrorizing and harassing me every day about how I'm gonna die and that I won't be able to live to see 40 years old. And now they're telling me that I won't live through 2024, and that there will be more forced homelessness, and that more homelessness and more jail, and that I'm gonna die this year. My head still hurts. So I was relieved once I got out of Bloomington. But you know, um, that I don't think they want me back over. I don't think I'm wanted back in Bloomington. You know, um, I don't think I'm wanted back in Bloomington. And what if I were to try to go back to Bloomington and then go all the way there just to try to get in the cabins? If I try to get back in the cabins again, and the people say no, you know, we don't want you back here. Or you can't. We're not gonna rent to you anymore. And like every month when I was staying in the cabins in Bloomington, every single month when it was around the time to pay rent again, the online stalkers would threaten to make me back homeless again, and threaten to contact the front office, or they would say that they have contacted the front office and showed them my videos, but nobody at the office had ever confronted me about my videos, you know. And they would have like fake gang stalking, street theater, funeral processions, and stuff like that, and you know, or like even when I was in Pensacola, Florida, you know, dealing with the targeting, and I would see like, you know, pictures of perps driving around with skeletons in their car, like whether it be the front seat or the back seat, or I would walk across, you know, like a toy skeleton head, just a skeleton head, or I would see like a toy skeleton of the whole skeleton, and it might be the size of my hand or something, like, you know, well, the length of my hand and fingers or something, you know. Or they would ride in a car with like a skeleton pirate, or ride in a car with a scarecrow or something. Like if they might ride in a Jeep with like in Pensacola, was always about black and white Jeeps. Like almost everybody had a Jeep in Pensacola. But in Los Angeles, almost everybody had like a Lexus or a Mercedes, you know. Fraudulently and illegally rich, living the high life. But you never saw them work a day in your life, you know. So, but yeah, like, why would someone try, like, coerce you to stay homeless and then viciously attack you when you try to get a job or try to get housing, and then lie and say that you are addicted to being homeless, when in fact they are addicted to having that power and control over you, there where they can coerce you to stay homeless. And my own twin sister helping them. So lack of finances is, you know, the reason for pretty much probably a lot of people's homelessness. Lack of finances, or, you know, and due to my homelessness, I mean, I don't have a criminal conviction, at least not yet. And I keep praying for them to dismiss and drop the case. And those officers were gang stalkers. You know, they didn't have to do that to me. And what's the justice system? I don't know about other countries, but here in America, it's all about money. And it's not about solving real crimes. It's about money and power. And for them to send you to jail for such a minor offense where you hurt nobody and just trying to survive because you didn't have anywhere to go and you didn't know, and then only for them to convict you of this criminal charge and tell you the only way you get out is if you be a confidential informant and be a paid criminal and get paid to try to set people up. Now, and they try to, if you're a paid criminal selling drugs for the police as, punishment for, tell me how this makes sense. That the only way that you'll get everything dropped or stay out of jail is if you become a confidential informant, or what other people will say, that's gang stalking, or a police snitch. And I saw a TikTok video of a man saying basically you are selling your soul if you agree to become a confidential informant. So some people say it's better off that you keep your morals, even if you made an honest mistake and got arrested for it. They say you will keep your morals and integrity, if you, go to jail, but they put you in jail for revenue and for more money. But even that prosecutor at the court arraignment said that when you take everything to trial, it costs them more money. And they said it makes them very angry. But they have no problem costing the poor more money. Y'all already getting greedy and getting all this extra money because of quotas. And I don't know about New Orleans police, but definitely Gretna police, if there's hardly any crime, and they're throwing people in jail for petty stuff, all for quotas. And like in jail, you more in danger with the jail guards than other inmates. But other inmates would do you cruel, dirty stuff too. But you're not safe. You're not safe in jail or prison. And it's the closest to hell that you can get. And sometimes homeless shelters is like horrifying. And like with homeless shelters, you're paying to live in prison. Or people compare homeless shelters like jail. And it's like a lot of people didn't do anything to deserve to end up homeless. So now, everybody's condemning me and making me feel worse than a murderer or something. And I saw this video. It was a white female that was like a druggie or whatever, and she turned down the offer to be a police snitch. And I heard that being a police snitch or something, they will give you a car to drive around in and go into set people up and bust them with drugs or whatever. And that a lot of confidential informants are that they don't even tell the police the truth, that they lied to the police to get you in more trouble. And I'm like, and the gang stalkers have lied and said that I'm a drug addict. I never did drugs a day in my life. I'm 40 years old. I never did and I have zero interest in doing anything associated with like selling drugs, buying drugs. I never wanted to use drugs. Um, but, you know, I mean, I even hate cigarettes and weed. But out of curiosity, I tried alcohol a couple of times or a few times, but I don't like the feeling. I don't like the way. I do not like the effect that alcohol has on my body, and I don't like to not be able to be in control of my body. You know, never again will I try to drink alcohol. I tried beer. Beer is just fucking nasty. You know, I don't even drink daiquiris really. I don't even go seek out to try to drink something alcoholic. Um, because like one time it was not on, but after me and my twin sister's 27th birthday and after Labor Day, you know, Ramona and Monica and them try to manipulate me to drink alcohol, and I was on psych medications, and they try to manipulate for me to drink alcohol to try to make a fool out of me, and thought it was funny, and excuse me, and then went back to Denton, Texas, where I was living at the time, because I came down to New Orleans here, you know, for the Labor Day holiday, and that was when Ramona took advantage of my money, and then after I came back, you know, she kept lying and manipulating about paying me back, and she didn't pay me back, and that and some other factors contributed to my suicide attempt. So, excuse me, so I had, you know, I drunk this kind of cheap wine or something. I don't know if it was wine called Boone's Farm. And I could not feel my legs. And I kept I kept having to pee every 5 minutes. And I couldn't feel my legs, you know. And I was like, never again. I'm never touching that stuff again, you know. And like Monica pretended to be fake nice and tried to juice my head up, and she sent me to this daiquiri place close to St. Claude and Elysian Fields. I don't know if that place is still in business. And she sent for me to have this daiquiri called Electric Lemonade. You know, I thought it tasted good, but you know, the family, because it seemed like the family would try things to try to make a fool out of me and try to ruin my innocence. You know, just so that they could weaponize and throw it in my face later on. You know, but Mark, I would be a grown adult, and Mark would be bossy and controlling enough to think that he has a fake authority to dictate that I'm not allowed to drink alcohol. And the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, was a freaking alcoholic or always drinking until that incident she had at Boomtown Casino. You know, but I guess she was drinking, you know, to get over, like, trying to grieve the death of her mother, Mildred Collins, you know. And my twin sister was the one who told me that Kevin Guggia Sr. from the fake IDMR cult got the foster mom drunk. And I remember that horrifying night. It was sometime in April. I don't remember the exact date. I just remember it was sometime in April of 1998. And excuse me, it was a super early Sunday morning. And Kevin was already married to Deborah. So I don't know where Deborah was, or if the foster mom claimed that Kevin and them were her cousins, you know, and the foster mom, like, and my twin sister said the foster mom used to be an alcoholic, and I'm like, she was an alcoholic. She's like, yeah, I thought you knew that. Like, she's like, why do you think the foster mom used to always have all those beers and all that liquor in the downstairs refrigerator? I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize, you know. But I don't remember seeing her drunk. That was the only time I overheard the commotion, but I didn't go downstairs and see her in the act of being drunk, you know. But somebody said that, I think it was Joni said that the foster mom tried to jump off the boat, and then she turned around and said, oh no, I didn't say she tried to jump off the boat. I said she tried to leave the boat. But I don't know if the foster mom got, you know, when she got drunk, you know, I don't know if she got, I think I heard that she got banned forever, you know, from Boomtown, but she didn't get arrested or go to jail or anything. But I don't even know if Big Kevin slipped something in her drink or if he just got her drunk. I just heard he got her drunk. Excuse me. Excuse me. This was a few months after the foster grandma, Amelia Collins, passed away. And the foster mom basically was saying that University Hospital had killed her, that the hospital killed her, you know. So that the hospital killed the foster grandma, Amelia Collins. So all I know was that night, you know, I overheard, you know, basically, it was in the middle of the night, and I overheard that, you know, that, oh, Big Kevin got my mama drunk, you know, and then next thing you know, the foster mom came home, and I don't think she was able to drive back home. Excuse me, because she used to go to her and the foster, and I think she just wanted to relive those memories. Because and you know, for Kevin to do that to the foster mom did all kinds of fucked up shit to us, but for Big Kevin to do that to her, that was very fucked up for him to do that. You know, you're married to your wife Deborah. Why would you get another woman drunk? And she's grieving her mother. And so before then, like, I think I remember we were in the 6th grade, and the foster mom and her mother, you know, Amelia Collins, they used to go to Boomtown Casino and gamble and stuff all the time. And I don't think they ever went to Harrah's really, but they sometimes they would go to Mississippi, and I think it was called Treasure Chest Casino or something. They used to sometimes go to Mississippi, or they used to go gamble, you know. Excuse me. And so, like, when the foster mom came home that night, in the middle of the night, all I heard was, she didn't sound normal or sound like herself. And she was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck Joe, fuck April, fuck Terry, fuck Shelly, fuck this person, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I'm like, and I think she even, you know, well, she basically said fuck every damn body. But she went one by one naming fuck you, fuck April, fuck Joe, fuck Shelly, fuck Terry, fuck Candy, fuck Brandy, fuck Joni, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like, and then she got mad and, you know, stormed upstairs. You know, and I was wondering, what the hell is going on? You know. And then I don't remember from who, but I think I overheard possible rumors that that it's possible that he got her drunk and then sexually took advantage of her, but I hope not. But you claim that that's your own cousin, right? But excuse me, but I mean, but I never did like Kevin Guja Sr. or Jr., you know. Kevin Jr., you know, I mentioned the other day that he used to perp me really bad, but I had some respect for Deborah, but I think she got hateful and turned against me, or or whatever. But Kiva, you know, when we were kids, she used to tattle on us or make lies on us. But we were kids, so we're adults now. I forgive her. I ain't mad at. I ain't still bitter. We were kids. Excuse me, but Kevin Jr. Excuse me, we were older. We were older teenagers. And Kevin Jr. He was acting like a freaking perp. So I don't forgive his fucking ass. But Miss Jennifer, hated me and treated me mean because of Jennifer. That's Kevin's sister. And Jennifer is married to Big Al from the fake IDMR cult, who I recently saw, but I guess Big Al, I don't have an issue with him, but Miss Jennifer, treated me mean when her dad passed away. She was nice and normal to everybody else, but singled me out and treated me mean when her dad passed away in 2005 before Hurricane Katrina, and Wyatt was all, wanted for us to go over there, and they making my eye itch, and so I didn't even want to go over there, but I went over there to it wasn't the funeral, but I guess it was the repast. And then Miss Jennifer's niece, Delisha, she had green eyes, and my twin sister, had a certain kind of interest in her, and Raven was a baby, and my twin sister did not even clean Raven up before going to Miss Jennifer's house, and my twin sister, everybody was wondering, why does my twin sister want to beg everybody to hold her baby? And the baby, it's not the baby's fault. My twin sister wanted everybody to hold Raven. And they're like, why does she want, what's wrong with your sister? Why does she want everybody to hold Raven? And the baby is not even clean, And and so my twin sister was hurt and upset that Delisha was quick to give the baby away to have someone else hold her, because she's like, oh, this baby stink, And my twin sister, was all upset and offended or whatever, But she didn't even think to clean Raven up and put fresh new clothes on her or anything like that before taking her to the gathering or whatever, the funeral repast or something, But it looked like a party, but it was a funeral repast, And Miss Jennifer, had an attitude and was ignoring me, but nice and normal towards everybody else. And the foster mom put stuff in Miss Jennifer's head, always gossiping to her. She manipulated Miss Jennifer and Miss Lois and Deborah and all them to hate me and other fake IDMR cult members. But I heard that Miss Jennifer and them had left the cult. But, I don't know. And if Miss Jennifer did leave the cult, I don't even know if she changed her opinion about me. But last I knew, the fake IDMR cult, the foster mom still believes in it, And she said, like, when I asked her who got her into the cult, she said that Deborah Gugis was the one who, that they used to be former co-workers or something, and that Deborah was the one who got her into the cult, Well, that explains why Deborah was so close with the fake foster mom. But the foster mom claimed that that Kevin and Miss Jennifer and Mr. Freddie from the Kraft family, Miss Ollie and them, that they're all cousins, you know. But the foster mom didn't really identify with being Creole, you know. But yeah, she's one of those light-skinned pretty Creoles, you know. But a lot of and I say that as a joke, light-skinned pretty Creoles, since you know people think light skin make you think you're better or think you look better, but not necessarily, you know. But excuse me, but just like my family really is Creole, but they don't want to identify with being Creole or embrace their Creole heritage. They just want to call themselves the hood version of the N-word. You know, I can't say the N-word on here, but you know, they consider themselves you know, they just consider themselves to be black, you know. But the biological dad, Arthur, you know, and his family or whatever, are the light-skinned pretty Creoles, but they got some black folks in Arthur's side of the family as well, you know. Excuse me. So yeah, the biological dad, Arthur, and Aunt Carolyn and Aunt Marie and all them, the light-skinned pretty Creoles, you know. But then they, you know, marry into black families, you know. And if Matthew Knowles is black and Tina, now she married and her last name is Lawson or something, you know, her Beyonce, she can embrace being Creole. And then the kids, like Blue Ivy and them, can be glorified as Creole. Like, I'm a direct descendant of a straight up Creole. But because my skin color is not light, and because my eyes are not light, and because my hair is not straight, you know, ghetto narcissistic abusers think they got the fake authority to try to control what I should identify myself to be. You know, there's a such thing as Creoles of color. You know, or excuse me, or black Creole. You know, so I'm gonna say it, I am Creole. And then, you know, my last name traces back to Cajun ancestry. So I got some Cajun, and people have told me that I got strong Native American features because I got a lot of Native American on both sides. And people tell me that I have Caucasian features, and a lot of strong Native American features, they say, you know. But, you know, there are some people that encourage Creoles to embrace everything that they're mixed with. You know, embrace it all. But others call you a sellout, even if you say you're mixed with black and Indian, black and Native American, you know. But they do have some people that's half black, half Native American, and got all the Indian traits, and you don't see a shred of black in them, you know. But their personality and character and the way of talking, and they embrace everything black, and just ditched ditched the Native American, you know. But I'm mixed with somebody named Brandon Hudson. He claimed he was a friend of Derek's, and he knew all about our family, and he even said that we're mixed with black, French, and Indian, you know, Creole French, but probably Cajun French too, you know, and Indian, Native American. And I don't know if it's Cherokee or what Native American tribe that we have mixed in us. But the biological mom, Frances, her dad, I heard, was fully Native American. And she looked like a black woman, but she had like extremely light eyes. like super light brownish gray eyes. Excuse me. And it seemed like Derek was the only one who inherited those eyes, out of all of us kids. But his eyes were just like super light, but not grayish, But Mark has like a medium brown eyes, but like a grayish blend. And Ramona, one time I saw it looked like she had a greenish blend to her eyes, medium brown eyes. But my eyes had look like they're dark brown, but I have small eyes. But they have sometimes when, if they lighten up in the sun, or sometimes on rare occasions, like it looked like as if a couple of times I noticed my own eyes looked like they had a grayish blend, not green, but gray. Excuse me, because like 2015, 16, 17, it looked like as if my eyes were trying to turn gray, and excuse me, in us Creoles, our features change. You see somebody that's like the complexion of white people when they're born, and they be 4 or 5 years old, still white. And then by the time they're 10, you wonder how they're almost black as tar. Or if a child grows up with like coarse hair and they're light skinned, and then as they get older, then their hair start to be like straighter and silkier. And no perm, it's just sometimes their features change, excuse me, or vice versa. If somebody's like nearly dark skinned growing up, and by the time they're an adult, you wonder how the hell they turn out to be like almost like peanut butter complexion or orange. How their skin lighten up so much naturally, no creams, no nothing, or if somebody was born with blue eyes, or they in early childhood they end up with greenish eyes later on in life, or excuse me, or something like that, And even with my hair, sometimes my hair wants to switch between being silky or coarse, or thinner or thicker, But throughout growing up, you hear about all these people that's mixed with Native American and have long hair down their back, and or how look like they just cut their hair and it's down back to their back, like within a very short period of time, of how their hair grows so fast, because of being mixed with Native American, But my headache is feeling not 100%, but a lot better, to the point where I almost forgot I have a headache, but I still do. But but yeah, damn. So I have to be back on the streets tomorrow. I have enough funds to eat today. But I was wishing and hoping for more hotel nights, but it looks like I might have to check out tomorrow and be back on the streets. I mean, I really hate being forced to have to live like this. And this is not funny, y'all. This is not funny. Excuse me. So, I guess I'm going to go for now. And, I haven't had anything to eat or drink. And, It's one something. Yeah, it's been over 18 hours of nothing to eat. But I had something, water, like later on yesterday evening. And last night I had some water, in my supplement and stuff. But as I said, I had no breakfast. It's like it's 1:09. Let me see, 1:10 p.m. right now. So I'm gonna try to go get me something to eat. And I hate that I'm menstruating and can't even get a shower because the tub being stopped up. So I'm gonna go for now. Thanks for listening to me. I need any and all the help I can get, and I'm gonna try to be back on here later.